We are halfway through the month of May in 2024. We are well on our way through the NFL regular season. The draft is over, free agency is near complete, and we have plenty to discuss in regards of way too early NFL awards show. I am joined here by Brendan. We are Statletics. Today we're going to walk through MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, and then if time permitting, Comeback Player of the Year. We're going to give some of our favorite picks, some of our best value picks, and some of our favorite long shots to win each award. So again, way too early, but Brendan and I, we do the show every year. We love it. It gives us a chance to just have a full-on discourse about some of the big-name players in the league, and it's just more NFL content for us. So we love it. We're here for it. Beach, how we doing, man?
Yeah, I'm good. Nothing better to do today than talk about awards that won't be released until January. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I know. It's so now there's kind of a couple ways to look at it. Now is the best time to find some value with some particular players, especially if you have a hunch about the way that they're going to perform. You know, a lot of you guys, and we do it as well, but a lot of us, we like to gloat and say, oh, so-and-so is going to do this, so-and-so is going to do that. They're on a new team. They're going to go off, you know, whatever it may be. This is the chance to actually prove, you know, talk the talk and walk the walk. So here we lay some early bets on who we think is going to win some of these awards. So it's always fun. So the ground rules for this, again, we have a couple different categories. We have some of our strong, of course, we're going to talk about the obvious, you know, like the Patrick Mahomes to win the MVP. Of course, that's an obvious. He's the favorite at like 6-1 right now. But aside from the obvious choices, we're going to give some strong picks, some guys who we think have really, really good odds, like great value of what they're priced at and what the implied odds give. And then some of our favorite long shots as well. And again, it's just all in good fun. And we also, in the middle of the season, like to revisit this because sometimes strong players perform poorly to begin the season with, thus giving them better odds and a chance to come back and to price in some good value there. So that's also a good strategy that Beej and I follow as well. But no time wasted, straight into the MVP award. Lamar Jackson won it last year. We have a slew of guys who can win it this year. We have the obvious guys. Patrick Mahomes priced at 6-1. Josh Allen priced at 8-1. Joe Burrow priced at 9-1. We have some new faces in here that we are probably certainly going to discuss. But Brendan, start me off hot with a guy who you love to win the MVP in 2024.
Oh, I'll start out not as hot as you might think. But I do want to remind everybody that, you know, I don't know, it's the last 10 years at least, like all the MVP winners won at least 12 games. Like they're all playoff teams, and they have to be on a good team. It can't be a team that's going to win like 6 games. So that's the category that they always fall in.
Yeah, it's got to be quarterback. It's got to be quarterback, and it's got to be a top seed in the playoffs in their division, just about.
Yep.
You know?
So I'm going to start off with player at 8-1 in our guy Josh Allen. And the reason I'm going to start here is because, you know, Diggs is gone. He's got a new receiver in there in Keon Coleman. And if he performs really well this year, statistic-wise, as well as showing that he's got that dog in him, he can carry the team with his rushing or whatever it is, willing his team to win, I think that it really shows a lot with him coming in here with some rookie players and young players. And if they were to get a top seed in the playoffs, then I think that it's a really good chance that Josh Allen could win his first MVP.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think he can easily carry a team by himself. He's got some new weapons. You know, it does suck that he loses Stephon Diggs, like you say, but it could be for the worst. Joe Brady calling the plays, I think, is a blessing in disguise. I think he's a mastermind. So that definitely benefits Josh Allen as well. And it should be a fun division nonetheless. So projections, our Statletics soft projections, we haven't done our hard projections yet, but our soft projections actually don't really favor him. They have him, they have Josh Allen around 5th, statistically speaking, in terms of passing yards and passing touchdowns, give or take 2 spots. So, but again, Sean candidate, he can certainly do it all plus more. So I like that. You can also get him 9-1 at Bet Rivers. I'm going to lead off with another one. Jalen Hurts 20-1. I feel like is kind of a steal, and you can get him 20-1 right now over at FanDuel. And so I think the consensus right now is 16-1, 18-1, but over at FanDuel, getting him 20-1, I feel like is a steal given his circumstances. He got great weapons, Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. Of course, they just signed AJ to an extension. Dallas Goedert. They just brought in Saquon Barkley. I know they lost Jason Kelsey, but their offensive line is still really solid. He's going to be doing the tush push. That hasn't been outlawed, so we know that's inevitable. And you think about it, last year he had a down year, quote unquote, comparatively speaking, and he was still in the MVP race. So I think if he picks it up this year and has himself a better year, then I think he absolutely is in strong contention to win the MVP. And the Eagles are going to be one of the top teams. They're going to win 10 plus games. And our soft projections actually have Jalen Hurts leading in total touchdowns, not passing touchdowns, total touchdowns for 2024.
And you're missing the key piece there with our kingmaker of quarterbacks, which is Kellen Moore is now the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
True.
He is.
I just furthered your point there.
Thank you. And it's fun. He's going to get the Dallas Cowboys twice, and Kellen Moore is going to do everything in his power to make sure the Philadelphia Eagles offense shreds the Cowboys. So love it. I'm going to follow up with that on another one, and this one actually has shorter odds than the one I just mentioned. But Jalen Hurts at 20-1 was just too strong for me to not put as my favorite strong pick. Jordan Love 14-1 FanDuel. This one's a hot take, but our projections actually have Jordan Love leading the league in passing touchdowns, crazily enough, in front of guys like Joe Burrow, CJ Stroud, Patrick Mahomes. And he certainly has every chance to do so. If he starts the year and runs through 2024 the way that he finished off 2023, I think he is absolutely very much in contention to win this. He is in his division is softening up a little bit. The NFC is really not near as strong as the AFC. The Vikings are down again this year. The Bears, who knows? They have a really strong offense, but their defense is really going to struggle as well. The Lions, I know they have a really good team, but they had some holes in their defense as well. So Jordan Love has a chance to really have a year this year. So 14-1. I, especially with our projections, loving him in the passing TD realm, I have a feeling that the Green Bay Packers can definitely win 10 plus games, be a top seed in the NFC, given how soft the NFC is. And if he continues to progress as a passer like he did last year, he will definitely be in contention. Brendan, thoughts?
Yeah, I have him as well. He's one of my three that I had on there, and I'm going to add a fourth because I'm going to later. But yeah, the way he finished the season, if he were to replicate that for an entire season, I think it'd be awesome. I think the Packers are going to be really good. Just in general. They've got all those really young but really talented receivers, and it's not just like one guy where you can take him out of the equation. There's Jalen Reed, Dontavian Wicks, Christian Watson, you can go anywhere. Yep. And Luke Musgrave's at tight end. Now they have Josh Jacobs. And so I just think the team's going to be really good. This in the NFC, it could be a top 2 seed and going to the playoffs.
It's wide open. It's wide open.
And I 100% agree with Jordan Love taking. I put a little note down to watch it live. I know we were talking about mid-season, checking it out. And if he were to start slower again, the odds for MVP really push up and down. They go kind of crazy. So I think that'd be a good one to look into. Maybe week 5, depending on what's going on. So I'm excited about that one. Now I'm going to bring my third one into here. And I know I'm just hard for this guy for some reason, but sophomore season is a really big season for a breakout season, and who not to think about CJ Stroud winning the MVP? Who not? Why not? Why not him?
And so here, I'm going to add on because he's one of mine as well, and I want to make this efficient time wise. But CJ Stroud, guy who won Offensive Rookie of the Year, dominated, had way more wins. Their team went way over expectations. Brings in Stephon Diggs. Nico Collins and Tank Dell should be fully healthy. Their division is soft. You think about it, they're playing the Titans, the Jags, and the Colts. And the Colts, Jags may be a little bit underrated, but I mean, they have a chance to win their division, to make a splash in the AFC. And then that means, I think, CJ Stroud very much will be in MVP contention. So I'm all aboard it. He's one of mine as well.
Yeah, and they've added Joe Mixon as well, which, people would have polarizing opinions on that, but just the offense itself should be good. They shouldn't have to rely on any particular facet on the offensive side of the ball. So, but yeah, I mean, Diggs, Collins, and Dell is ridiculous for receiving core. So yeah, it's going to be good.
And Tank Dell got shot, and he's back healthy. So you know what that means.
Many men. Yep.
Incoming
many men playing as he comes out.
All right. Okay, I have a couple of guys who are, I love their odds, and, maybe there's some long shot picks for me. So I'm going to lead this one off. Do you have any more strong picks for MVP?
I just have one more longer shot. It's not a really long shot, but I have one more longer shot, but I'll come in midway through. Yeah.
Okay. So I got one guy, 60-1 at Caesars. Kirk Cousins to win MVP. And before you start pounding on me, before all of you guys start pounding on me for being a Falcons homer. Okay, yes, I am a Falcons homer, but think about it. This division is the easiest division in football, hands down. Hands down. He'll be playing the Bucs, the Panthers, and the Saints. So, given that schedule, plus the rest of the NFC as well, plus his young core with Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, and more, I think, and then the O-line is a top 12 O-line per PFF as well. The defense is solid. They're not like phenomenal, but they're very, very solid. So they're more than likely going to win their division. They're going to have a chance to have a top 4 seed in the playoffs. Why not Kirk Cousins? Why not Kirk Cousins? Dome. They're in the dome too. Yeah, exactly.
Dome Kirk. It still lives.
The only thing holding him back is that it's his first year with this team, particularly. And, more often than not, teams like they can still perform well, but it's more so a player who's been in an offense for more than a year where they can get their groove and perform at the highest level. But who's to say Kirk Cousins can't capitalize in the worst division of football with some elite playmakers? I will go as far to say elite playmakers. If Drake London was on the Rams or something, he'd have 1,500 yards plus. He would be a household name, hands down. So I think that they're going to utilize their weapons well. I think Kirk Cousins is going to spray and pray. Look what he did with the Vikings last year. And I definitely see him potentially having a phenomenal year, if not a really, really good year. So 60-1, long odds for me. I love it.
And look, I mean, if it was, if he was like 10-1, I'd say no. But yeah, I mean, the long odds, anything's possible. The injuries can happen with other teams, and anything can happen. So I like your long shot. Are you ready for my long shot?
Yep, let me hear it.
So here's a guy who is an athletic freak.
I know where this is going. I'm all aboard.
Yeah. But I can't take back what I said last year, right? But all I can say is I was wrong. Okay.
You were.
So at 30-1, I have Anthony Richardson. And the reason, I think the Colts are going to be really good. Like, with Shane Steichen there also, and, he was there with Jalen Hurts when Hurts became what he is now at the Eagles, and now Steichen is the Colts guy, and he's got AR. They just drafted A.D. Mitchell. They have Michael Pittman. They have Jonathan Taylor, who everybody just forgot about. And, I mean, he's still Jonathan Taylor. And with AR there, okay, that's fine. With AR there, you got basically a triple option every single play. AR can take it. JT can take it. He can throw the ball. And he can throw it a quarter mile. And at 30-1, I'm in on it.
I am too. And I actually got him at 40-1 over at Caesars.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Even better odds.
I'm always on DraftKings because I hate more money, I guess. But that was the DraftKings odds of 30-1.
Yeah, I mean, limitless potential. Limitless potential. Shane Steichen, I think he is so great. So great. A phenomenal play caller, phenomenal developer. People forget he was the one that was at Philadelphia as the QB/offensive coordinator who developed Jalen Hurts. Look at what Jalen Hurts has turned into. And I even think that Anthony Richardson is a better athletic profile than what Jalen Hurts has. So limitless potential, especially with Shane Steichen being the developer and the play caller. Great young receiving core in Pittman, Doolin, and Adonai, especially. Offensive line exceeded expectations last year, and I think they will this year. And the defense is not bad. I mean, they gave up some big games, but even if that's the case, higher scoring potential games. The only question with Anthony is, can the Colts win 10 plus games? They're in a solid division, but the conference, the AFC, is going to be tough for him to do it, but it's possible, especially at 40-1. I'm all on board.
We'll talk about it more in the divisional breakdown when we talk about it, but yeah, I think they could. And this is a true long shot from he is completely unproven. He came out, he was kind of struggling as a rookie at first, and he got hurt, right? Yep. So this is truly a long shot vet, and I'm all about it.
Same here. I got two more long shots, so we're going to glaze over them really quick. I don't want to spend too much time, but Kyler Murray, 60-1 over at Caesars. He played the end of 2023 really solid. And this one is tough. I can see a lot of arguments of, do you think the Cardinals can even break 500? Question is, I don't know. But at 60-1, they just drafted the best rookie and wide receiver in football right now. They have Trey McBride, who had a monster season last year. The division is, outside of the 49ers, it's winnable. They're just competing with the Rams and the Seahawks. So
they won't win, but I know what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying? But
yeah,
it's a possibility. There's new coaching. It's a new staff. It's a new, new everything. They kind of just clean house everything. They're no longer in rebuild mode. I think they have like parts and pieces of a team that they want, and we've seen crazier things happen. Look what the Houston Texans did last year. Everybody thought they were going to be rebuilding last year, and lo and behold, they were in the playoffs last year. So it's possible. It's possible. And then Jared Goff, I low-key love this pick because our projections love this pick. Consensus is 40-1. I got 40-1 over at DraftKings. Our projections, the Statlytics projections, have Goff leading the league in total passing yards, and they have him fifth in touchdowns. And this one I like at the value because the Lions can easily win 10, 12 games. So a quarterback on a team who is going to win double-digit games, potentially be a top seed in the playoffs. He is comfortable in this offense. I think he could do it, So
my only rebuttal to that is with the voters on the awards. Like, will they deem that it was him that did it? I'm aware. He will have like 40 or 4,000 to 4,500 passing yards, like no doubt, or higher. But I just worry about. He has also just got a ridiculous contract, but I just worry about what the voters will actually think about. Was it him? Because he does have that low A dot where he just gets the ball to his guys, which is all a quarterback's supposed to do. But that's my only slight rebuttal. But it's a long shot bet. So
yeah, exactly.
Spray and pray.
It's shiny. It's shining on the team that's going to win double digit games. I like.